Twinnies, good morning, hello, welcome to Wednesday or another day, wherever you are in the world. All right, we're going to do a twin flame reading today. Some of you guys are getting sick again. Some of you guys as masculines are getting sick. My divine masculine last night started coming down with the sickness, started coming down with the flu. I've got 2 gigs this weekend, so let's hope that yeah. Hey Google, turn off. So let's see what's going on. So my guess with this is that there is a purging of all sort of like toxins, sicknesses from the divine masculine's body. I'm feeling a little bit unwell too, but I've just literally spent the last 2 months straight being unwell, being sick. So let's hope I've taken some echinacea to get on top of it straight away. Okay. Simply Love. This reminds me, as soon as this came up, this reminded me of the song Only Love by Wafia. Look it up. It's a beautiful song. Simply Love. This is divine masculine energy. This is like giving divine masculine realness. This is divine masculine's feeling. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is the divine masculine's inner child. This book, I don't know if you can see, but it has a love heart on it. So this is the divine masculine guiding his inner child, his younger self, to give love to you. That is beautiful. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. It's just beautiful. This is okay. So the divine masculine's like, I've got a message for you guys today. Like, this is what I want you guys to know today. I am trusting that love is simple, love is kind, love, that I can give this love to you, divine feminine. I'm ready to give this love to you now. I'm ready to give my all. Now I'm hearing My All by Mariah Carey. Are you fucking kidding me? Dedicated effort. Or also, today and tomorrow are my last days of my 20% off Etsy reading sale. So if you want a reading with me, head to the link in my bio today and tomorrow. Then it's done. I might extend it, but for now, that's it, because I do have to catch up on some orders. So divine masculine is, and look at this, release to let in love. So this is them. This is their sickness, right? Their metaphorical sickness. They're releasing all of the gunk that's in their body that is causing them to be sick. The divine masculines, your divine masculine is shedding, this divine masculine is shedding all of this, everything that has kept him stuck, everything that has kept him away from you out of fear. It's the fear that's being released, and through this sickness that they are experiencing right now, some of them are experiencing like sickness of some kind, and they are feeling able to trust. They're ready to trust, and they're ready to put in dedicated effort toward this connection. I just can't get over this. I literally can't get over this. This is literally the divine masculine guiding his inner child, telling his inner child, reparenting himself first of all, and guiding his inner child and letting his inner child know that it is okay and it is safe to trust your divine feminine with your heart and to give them everything. This little book here, this is everything that they have. This is everything inside. This is some of their deepest, darkest secrets, some of their deepest, darkest traumas, but also some of their deepest love. They are ready to give this to their divine feminine. So right now they're releasing so that they can be in this give and take of love. This is love in its purest form. Simply love. Wow. They're just in this energy of love. This is beautiful. Divine masculine, what more can you tell us about this energy today? Rest and reconsider. So over this time that they are feeling unwell, they're having a lot of rest time. They will be having a lot of rest time, and they will be reconsidering their path and reconsidering the way that they view you, the way that they view the world. And this is really going to be giving them that opportunity to continue putting in dedicated effort to oh, look at this. We have Jesus and Mary Magdalene here. This is giving Jesus and Mary Magdalene vibes. And it said that they were twin flames. the first twin flames, among the first. Well-deserved reward. This is like them allowing themselves to give you this book of their heart, to give you their innermost self completely. They know as they're resting and recovering from this sickness, and it might not be like a full-blown flu or a full-blown like a viral infection or something like that. It could just be you know, they're having some symptoms, they're having some sore throats, like my Divine Masculine's throat is sore, he's a bit clogged up in the nose, congested. Look at this, believe and succeed. So as they are resting and reconsidering, this Divine Masculine is ready to put in dedicated effort, is ready to trust, is ready to give you the love that they have because they feel confident in themselves. So they're ready to embrace this now. All right, let's get some... Let's get some of these Love Oracle cards by Island Time Wellness. Don't forget, guys, my 20% off sale on my Etsy readings. Today and tomorrow is the last day. All right, Divine Masculine, what do you want us to know about you today? Divine Masculine, what do you want us to know? Mirror. So there is some mirroring happening here. Relationships reflect our wounds and introspection. So they are spending some time. This is also a double sort of. We've got the golden mirror here. So yeah, they're looking at themselves in the mirror here, and they're really assessing their life. They're assessing their past. But the golden mirror here talks about being self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. Oh, they're looking at all of in the past, all of their like sort of toxic relationships where they thought that they were seeing things for what they truly were, or they thought that they were seeing themselves for how they truly were based on what the other person was doing to them. They're realizing how much like they have been in, you know, one-sided relationships or, narcissistic relationships. For some of them, this isn't about them being a narcissist, but they're realizing too where they haven't been so forthcoming or giving with their energy, and they are sort of, it's sort of like a rude awakening, like, it's sort of been a little bit one-sided, like I haven't been as present or something like that in this connection. But it's also it's mirroring, so it's not necessarily their fault. Because when we're talking about twin flames, it's not just one person doing the wrong thing, or it's not just one person withholding. One person has to give too much for the other to withhold. So for that dynamic to shift, the Divine Feminine has to really sink in. I just saw 212. The Divine Feminine really has to sink in to her Divine Feminine, to their Divine Femininity, and lean back completely so that the masculine can lean forward. Because if they're the ones leaning forward, it's not their role. It's not their role. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. So let's see what they're taking a risk about. They're being strategic about something, and then they're taking a chance. What is this? Talking, interested, conversing more. Text, call, email. Okay, so some of you that are waiting to hear, this Divine Masculine is planning on when to talk to you. My Divine Masculine just texted me saying that he's trying to get out of work at midday today. That's how unwell he's feeling. So this is good for him. I'm glad he's being forced to get the rest that he needs. So yeah, some of this Divine Masculine here, there's a Divine Masculine here who is being strategic, considering their options, and taking a chance on when to contact you. So we've got text, call, email. A weighted message arrives with this talking card. For some of you who are already in contact, this is like conversing more and opening up more. Remember the card, the only love card, simply love. The young Divine Masculine giving this. This is the opening up. This is the opening up. Then we've got camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past. And it's right under the golden mirror when I was talking about how they are realizing all the toxic relationships that we're in the past, and how this really is different, because twin flames aren't toxic. Nope. The relationship dynamic is never toxic. It's always respectful. It might be blocked, and they might not always be able to be present and give and whatever have you, but that it's never toxic. It's never disrespectful. It's never rude. They are realized. This healthy choices card literally fell in between the reminiscing card of the toxic narcissistic relationships they've had. They realize too that the past relationships that they have had, they're seeing this. The past relationships they have had, yes, have been one-sided. Yes, they were love bombed. And yes, the past people were narcissistic or self-absorbed. They never really cared about your divine masculine. They're also realizing that they picked up traits from having that relational abuse done to them. It's what they call it, reactive abuse, which has been debunked because it's not abuse when you're being abused and you react to that abuse. But the way in which they learnt to cope and to the coping mechanisms and the survival tactics that they learnt when they were dealing with these horrible, nasty people, they have to let these go now. And they had been applying them to all aspects of their life. And they had been applying them, which is the avoidance, it's the detachment, it's the aloofness, it's the ghosting. They had applied that to this connection with you, Divine Feminine, and they're realizing now that it's time for them to make healthy choices. They are so much happier when they do. They have been experimenting. They've been feeling safe to be more forthcoming and open up a bit more. They realize it's an act of self-love and self-care to you and to themselves when they decide to make those healthy choices and be in love, unconditional love. So some of them, look at this, they're really thinking about the future. They're really thinking about making things. The first word on this card is union. Union, wedding, marriage, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. So they understand. In their own way, they might not understand in the Divine Feminine way, but that's okay. They don't have to. But they understand that this is it. This is for life for them. For Life by Nicki Minaj just came to mind. Moment for Life. They realize that this is it for them. You are it for them. This is, and because they had been stabbed in the back in the past, they had been engaging in separation energies. And they're realizing here, because of their heartbreak, their pain, we've got separation twice, sadness, thinking about you, yearning for you, unsure of the future, missing you. They had been deceived. There's something here about, remember a couple of days ago how I talked about them realizing that they never really dealt with the pain or the grief of them being cheated on. This is the same Divine Masculine. This Divine Masculine had been cheated on, had been deceived. There was a shocking attack in a connection, and it's interesting because when I think of my Divine Masculine's past two serious relationships, one of them just randomly up and left because she felt neglected. Without previously telling him about that. So that was a shocking attack. And then the one before that had cheated on him with one of his friends, which he's still friends with. But anyway, that's not for me to judge. That's his karmic shit. But both serious relationships had ended and separated out of nowhere. So just for an example, my Divine Masculine's whole thing is, as soon as they realize, oh, I'm so in this, I'm so close, because he was at one time, he was so, the beginning stages of a twin flame journey is you're both so enveloped in the intensity of the connection that you don't think about, oh, what if this goes wrong, or what if that? But at one point it does. At one point that does happen. And at one point that did happen for us. And it was the start of this year, a year into our relationship, that he started pulling back. And I think it was a self-preservation thing, subconsciously waiting for this to happen. But babes, it's never going to happen. And this is what they're realizing. The Divine Masculine is guiding the inner child and saying, hey, little me, it's okay. This is our Divine Feminine. This Divine Feminine is us. They've been through what we've been through. They're not going to do what was done to us. This isn't that kind of a relationship. So it's safe. It's safe to give your secrets to. It's safe to give your heart to. It's safe to give your all to. This is beautiful. Yep. And then this is what brings in a sudden change within your Divine Masculine. Sudden change, surprise, epiphany. transformation. This is the sudden change that and look at this Phoenix. Are you kidding me? They're letting go of this. They're shedding this for real. They're like, we're done. We feel safe enough now. We understand that we have been, this is a group of divine masculines here. We understand that we have been acting from a place of self-preservation because there's just no way. What we feel for you, divine feminine, there was no way that we could have survived going through what we have been through in the past. We survived it with the others because that was them. You're not them. You are so much more than a karmic relationship. The feelings that are felt between twin flames and then between karmics, it's uncomparable. Lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues. So them not feeling enough, and they realize that now there's so much abundance between you guys. And the Phoenix, look at this, new phase, rekindling, and it's coming in really quickly, guys. Within the next 3 to 5 days, you're going to see a huge sudden change. This divine masculine is having an epiphany. They are up there. There's upheaval in their life because they've brought it on, because they're ready for this transformation. It's coming in as a surprise for you, and it's shocking news, and it's a sudden change in the best way. New phase, rekindling, renew, transformation twice, growth and changed mind. Not because they needed their mind to be changed, but because they had awoken. Their inner child had awoken to the understanding. The inner child felt safe enough with you no matter what. The inner child has been experiencing a sense of bliss over the last week or two that has allowed them to feel like it's safe. Because it's sort of like they're in control. It's like their subconscious mind is like, oh, there's actually a different pattern here. This isn't actually the way that my past relationships were. So the subconscious mind is not the conscious mind. So your divine masculine has no idea that this is going on in their subconscious. The subconscious has a mind of its own, so to speak. Twin flames. Yin, yang. Zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Guys, this is like, for whoever this is resonating for, union is here. Union is around the corner. And we know on my page, we talk about that union isn't like this destination. Union and separation energies come in and out all the time. And this is something that I'm going to be talking about on a very special project that me and my stepsister Layla Aries Tarot, the dynamics of union energies, union and separation energies, and what happens after union. That is something that me and Layla Aries Tarot, my stepsister, we are going to be working on a project in the works. We're going to be talking about this sort of stuff. Because what does happen after union? Because technically, in the traditional sense of when we think about twin flames, my divine masculine and I, we never went through a physical separation. But that doesn't mean that we don't experience separation. Just because we've never officially broken up, or we've never had, we've had scares where we've been like, do we stay together? But we've never made that decision to break up, or he's never fucked off and ghosted me or whatever. That doesn't mean that we don't experience separation. That doesn't mean that we don't experience union. And just because we've been in quote unquote physical union since the beginning of our relationship 2 years ago, 2 and a bit years ago, that doesn't mean that we don't experience separation and union cycles, right? And this is the thing. What happens after union? Well, it's much like this. You still got shit to work through. That's one phase. Getting into physical union with your divine masculine, that's just one phase. Next, what comes next? Well, I like to think what I go through with my divine masculine. It's these navigating these separation energies while together, which is dealing with, because, you know, I could go on about this for ages, but I'll keep it brief. When you are single, or when you're not in a committed relationship with someone, the things that you need to heal and the shit that comes up, the triggers that come up, are very, very different than the shit that comes up when you are coupled, when you are partnered with someone. That's why you were able to attract your twin in the first place, because you were healed enough to meet them. Now you're healing so that you can be with them. Then what comes, the journey doesn't stop, guys. And I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you. I don't know if there's other people, I'm sure there are other people talking about it from this perspective, but it's not realistic. You don't just get in union and live happily ever after. You get in union and it's more work to do because there's more energies of separation. Especially if you're like an avoidant attached and an anxious attached or whatever your attachment style is. The work is to work towards secure attachment. So, I just wanted to put that tidbit in there because I feel like literally no one ever talks about what happens after union. So we've got Sword and Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. I feel like my Divine Masculine was saying like, yeah, preach, bitch, preach. So that is what happens after union. The same, just in a different way. It's to working to maintain the connection together. Then you start learning about how to be in your feminine energy. It's all the same things. It's all the same principles that you had been putting into practice without your twin that you got to put into practice with your twin. Focusing on the self. You still got to focus on the self. Look, it's probably going to be this way. When you get into a relationship with your twin, say you come into physical union, right? Trauma's going to come up. Relational trauma will come up. Some of you have been single for a very, very long time, and it's safe there. So the real work is going to be maintaining the connection and not wanting to end things at the smallest inconvenience. There is a lot of ego that needs to be shed. I remember like a year ago, I can't remember, it was. So my Divine Masculine isn't an angry person, like at all, and neither am I. But the one thing that gets him really angry is FIFA. When we moved in together, before we moved in together, he wasn't really playing FIFA that much because he had bad internet at his mum's house or whatever. We moved in together, he started playing. Obviously, he's in his own space, he wants to play. Started playing, and he plays competitively with his friends. And he gets angry at the game. And it really triggered me, and it triggered because I just gotten out of an abusive household. So that triggered me to feel like I was back there. And for a while, for a couple of months, there was this push and pull of me going, well, stop playing the game if it makes you angry. And he's like, but I shouldn't have to. I should be able to control myself, but I can't control myself. I can't control my frustration. But I also don't want to stop doing something that I enjoy. And I was like, I don't want you to stop doing something that you enjoy. So we were sort of at this impasse. That is the first moment that he was taken off that pedestal. That is when the sort of like the realizations had hit in that, yes, he's my twin. Well, at that point, I wasn't even aware that he was a twin. I thought he was a high vibrational soulmate, whatever. I'd given up on the whole twin flame thing. But the doom started setting in, and I was like, this is doomed. We have to break up. I have to leave him. If he can't stop getting angry at the game or stop playing for me, then I have to break up with him. And I was like, wait, this isn't like, do you know what I mean? So all of that stuff had to be navigated, and I had to go, you know what? If I'm getting so triggered at that, maybe I have something to look at. Sure, I shouldn't have to deal with that, but also he shouldn't have to accommodate me to the fact where I'm having a PTSD meltdown because of it. And then that's what spiraled me into realizing and doing all of this research for this last year that I have CPTSD, autism, ADHD. It awoke me to my internal truth, the truth that I was denied as a child and the truth that had been neglected within me about myself through my childhood. So there's so much more that comes into it, guys. And that is something that I want to be talking about more in depth with Layla with our new project. So we're just in the talking stages, but I really do want to sort of like get that happening because I'm so interested in that. I want to be like a twin flame therapist, like the unofficial twin flame therapist, or like, yeah, anyway. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting. Divine Masculine's coming in hot, I'm telling you. So Divine Feminine, what do you do during this? They're ascending. There's an ascension happening. Transcending obstacles. Learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. What do you have to do? You have to prepare for union, Divine Feminine. How? Sink in and lean back. Sink into your feminine energy and lean back. Look at yesterday's video if you are unsure of what that means. I go way in depth. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. This is what is ahead. This is like truly, this is what is ahead for you guys. And you know this, whoever this is resonating with, you feel this. You're seeing things change. I had a client of mine tell me that they kept checking their door yesterday for no reason. They don't have any packages coming. They just kept checking their door. Layla, my sister Layla, was saying that she had found herself needing to sink in and lean back a lot more and saying yes to things, allowing people to provide for her because she knows that she has an issue with allowing masculine energy to give to her. So she was practicing receiving yesterday. The Axe, stopping the pattern, okay? Stopping the pattern of abandonment. Stopping the pattern of breaking up and separating every time one little thing goes wrong too. That's another thing. Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable and boundaries. So yeah, being able to set boundaries with yourself. This is the important thing. Everyone thinks setting boundaries is wholeheartedly about setting boundaries with another person. No, it's setting boundaries with yourself. You don't always have to communicate those boundaries to the other people. Sometimes you might feel it's necessary, but you need to be the one to hold that boundary, not the other person. Heart with a key, welcoming love, opening your heart, getting together, things feeling perfect. Soulmate, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So you guys are coming into a new phase of union because of this is what is in your soul contract. On the bottom of the deck, we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. For some of you, this is what's coming soon. This is what is being prepared for. Some of you have been dreaming about it. I definitely dreamt about it last night. Engagement, but also partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. You guys, the end of this current separation cycle is here, you guys. You, like, whoever this is resonating with, like, completely, if you are resonating with every single thing I've said in this reading, this is for you. If you've only resonated with little bits, take what you will. There might still be some things that need to sort of happen before your person you come into union, physical union with your person. For others of you, you guys are already in union and there's just a solidifying of the love and your person's opening up even more so and allowing themselves to permanently stay in that state instead of going back and forth. You know, connecting, consciously connecting, feeling connected, pulling back because of fear. Connecting, fear. That's what's ending. Let's get some messages from the Divine Masculine. So if you are resonating completely with this message, union is literally right here. The next, 3 to 5 days, I said. Okay, Divine Masculine, let's get a message. I'm ignoring other people. So if this was something that you were worried about, this is also like family members too. For those of you who have had like, your person has like toxic family members or friends that are trying to keep you guys apart and they have been listening to in the past, they're ignoring them. I'm so scared. I can't face this right now. So hence why they're not coming in right now. They are currently right now building the courage. Remember, strategizing, they're planning because it feels risky to them because maybe they're worried that it won't be well received. Send me love and healing. I'm struggling. And they're struggling. So I've got lots of green here, and this is heart chakra energy. And look at this, green, simply love, heart chakra energy. They are having a somewhat of a heart chakra upgrade or opening, or yeah. I'm hearing like it's invading their space. I'm sorry for lying to you. Yeah, and for a lot of you, this is them lying that everything's fine when it wasn't. And you knew something was wrong, but they just wouldn't tell you what it was. They're focused on their work right now. I'm ready for a fresh start with you. Lying that they have been too focused on work, or that, you know, maybe you... Also, the truth is that they have been quiet to protect you from their ego. Okay, and that they would just like completely put all of their energy that they should have been really putting into you into their work. They're using it as an escape. It's typical escapism. Why won't you give me space? I can't grow, energetically speaking. So if that's resonating for you, sink into your feminine energy, lean back, and just let him come to you energetically. We are on hold. The last one was, we are on hold, but I'm coming back to you, for you. Let's get some of these message cards from the Divine Masculine. I promise to always love and protect you. These ones are so wholesome. These are really from the heart. I promise to always love and protect you. Divine Masculine, what messages do you have? I can't wait for the day I can call you my wife. That's beautiful, because I remember my Divine Masculine used to always say to me, I can't wait to marry you. I can't wait to marry you. I'm receiving signs and messages from you. So they're getting your, so they think it's from you, but it's really from your both of your higher selves, because you share the same higher self. But your divine feminine aspect of the higher self is showing them signs and synchronicities, because the more you tune into that, and the more you sink in and lean back into your divine feminine energy, the more that they're going to be receiving signs and synchronicities and messages. I don't mean to ignore you. They're just very focused on themselves right now. I miss us. Realign your thoughts. Yeah, so realigning your thoughts to sink in. Every time you feel the need to take action and move forward, I want you to tell yourself, sink in, sink into your body, into your feminine energy, and lean back. Visualize yourself leaning back, or actually do both and lean back. Feel how there's just peace here in this moment. There's nothing that you have to do. The Divine Masculine energy is for your Divine Masculine. Within the connection, is for your Divine Masculine to harness. And it's for you, because that comes naturally to you. Feminine energy comes naturally to them. Hence why they're the ones always sitting back and you're the one leaning forward. So they need to be the one to learn how to lean forward, and you need to learn how to lean back. It's a switch. Don't go anywhere. I am coming back. I can't fight this feeling anymore. See, that's the feeling, that they can't fight this feeling. When you sink back into your feminine energy, Divine Feminine, when you practice leaning back, they have no, it's like, I said this yesterday, but every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So if you're leaning forward, they're leaning back. If you're leaning back, they're leaning forward into you. I am so close, you don't even know it. They can't fight it. You know in your heart, I am always there. So feel into that energy. When you feel like you want to be masculine and take on their role of coming forward, remember, wait, what was it? Remember that you know in your heart they are always there. Sink in, lean back, and tap into that energy. It's within yourself so that they can come toward you. I won't leave you again this time. Truly. You're the reason for my existence. You give me hope. Distance can't stop us. All right, guys. I love you guys. Head to the link in my bio to